camped along the netting fence. It's quite wet overnight. Look at this magic little spot here. Fairly cool morning for November. A few flowers out here and there. Looks like there's 3 tracks coming along this netting fence. They use this area as a fire break. It's quite sheltered in there. It's always good to see a bit of colour in the desert. So here's a map of Victoria. So the part we're looking at, where I said the netting fence was, the big desert, is just about here. Up here, that's the sunset country. So I'll just zoom in a bit further. So this is an old hammer map. It seems to be a bit out. So there's the netting fence running along there. That's the Nilmarriville Road there. But technically speaking, that green part should be right along the netting fence along there. So we camped along the netting fence, and then we'll hit the Nilmarriville track. Head up the Nilmarriville track, head across here to Copeland Pines, which is about in there. Driving along the netting fence at the moment, which is the fringe of the big desert. As you can see, there's showers about. It only makes the sand harder, but the flats where it's clay will be a bit sticky. There hasn't been enough rain to upset us though. So for November, it's quite a cool day, 12 degrees. Fence now, we'll push on towards the Nilmarriville track, which is a bit more formed up than this road, this track. Quite sticky, sandy mud. Haven't used the old winch for a while. I meant to check it before I left, and the wireless wouldn't work on it. I had to get another battery. It's interesting. Here we go. stop for a minute, I'll go backwards.
Okay.
Righto, I'm going to try to go. Success. One thing missing, we did not have the safety bag on. I just hit the New Marville track. You can see the netting fence continues on towards the border, straight ahead of us. I better get it out of full drive because I'll be turning on bitumen. But this bitumen won't last very long. And this heads then from up to Murrayville. The bitumen's just run out. We've just hit the gravel or the clay, whatever they've done here. The first bit will be fine. Could be quite tricky later on. The New Marville track or road is quite good when it's dry, but it can be quite treacherous in the wet. We just pulled up at Stockman's camping ground on the New Marville track. It's a new camping ground, I think. I haven't seen this one before. I've done this place quite a few times in the past. It just comes out near Chinaman's track. Soup and toast for lunch today. Look at it. Very new, neat and tidy.
I've just been cleaning the table.
Barbecues. Should say where we are. Where are we? There we are. We are here. So they've got the tables dotted around everywhere. Cater for everyone. No one today, which is good. Like I said, it's a magnificent camping ground, but this crusher dust they've got when it's raining, which we've just had a big storm go through, just goes to soup. So imagine ploughing around in this for a day. You can see how wet and slippery it gets this road when it gets a good shower of rain. It's very wet. And then you come to the hill, it's good. So we've come up the New Marville Road, headed west, and now we're coming down to Coburn's Bore or something. We're going to camp in there. You can see it. So that's what's happening. And you can see we've just coming back into the state forest again. We're just about to hit the sand, I'd say, up here. Have to put it into full drive, which I'll do now. Oh, we've got another gate. They're like two gates, close succession. Old Mallee gates.
A supermoon. So
Quite windy out there. It's showers coming through. Here we go. Entrance to the Big Desert State Forest. See if she can handle the gate. So today, there's been big showers going through continually, and the temperatures range from 10 to 14 degrees.
In November.
In November. So this is incredible. But better than being hot and flies about. 2 days ago, it was 34 degrees. Now we've got a decision to make here. Pine track. We've arrived at Coburn Pines, and it's very cold and wet. So chap Coburn planted these. I'll find the plaque later. I've had it on one of my other videos. Here we are, nestled in amongst these pines in the big desert at Coburn Pines. Bloke Coburn planted these pines. He was going to start a pine forest or something up in about 1928, I think it was. I think he's got pines here. There's Currajong trees. Got a couple of almond trees. Got a couple of mulberry trees we've seen. Got a few different things, but where we are nestled here in amongst the trees here, we had a horrific strong wind yesterday evening. We were just so sheltered. It was just magnificent. Got the two awnings nearly touching each other. It was a very wet day yesterday. Look at that for a cosy little spot. Very sheltered in there. Right next to the tree, of course, so we're not getting much wind to flap things around. I'd say that's the Currajong tree. Quite a big tree. Must be an underground water here. This is the mulberry tree. It's got the odd mulberry on it, if I can find one. You can see one that's there. Just starting to, still very green. Funny to have the odd mulberry tree, but it hasn't grown much in 100 years, not quite. Very nice spot though, in amongst these. Very unusual because it's quite low mallee scrub here, and then you come across these big pines. Hear the wind whistling in the pines. We're doing the fire break track along the edge of the big desert state forest. Some of these hills can be fairly challenging. Brother just letting his tyres down a bit more. Right, I'll try a bit more of a run up. Brother just did it. Can't get much of a speed up because of these bumps. Close but not there. Round 2. Let's have a go. Put it in automatic manual. Easy.
Big sheep on the right.
Okay. The fire break track has a few challenging sand hills. Another one coming up. Doesn't look quite as pothole as the other ones. Not too bad at all. More compact.
And a nice little camping spot.
On top of those hills.
Just down here. I'll drive in.
It's nearly lunch in a German anyway.
If there's no beef.
Totally chipping out of this.
coming from. We camped in an old billabong, probably not far from Francis. We're in Victoria. Yep. We spend 2 nights in this spot. It's a beautiful spot. Magnificent big gum trees. Gum trees are all shapes and sizes. Look at this one, tipped over, and because its root system still stayed in the ground, even though it's lying down, it's ended up sprouting. These cockatoos have been deafening. They're going all the time. I think they don't like us here. And all around the bank, these native pines and things. It's very picturesque walks through here. Look at these white boys. They're like glow torches.